Okay, this is new. You would think that with all the work that I do, I'm Jen, by the way, I am a medium who is retired for a little while from doing readings. So I'm a psychic medium. I'm an author of a book called Unearth Your Intuition. I am a Reiki master teacher. What else? I don't like to define myself by what I do. I kind of like to be like, I like to sort of embody what I'm being, right? So I know that sounds a little bit weird, but you think with all the training and the experience that I have so far with my spiritual work as a mentor and a life coach too, that tarot would have been one of the first things that I did, but actually it's one of the new things that I'm very curious about that I want to learn. So this is the first episode of Tarot and Tea Time. So if you are new to me, I am a big fan, a big life drinker, a life tea drinker. I will drink tea for the rest of my life. I've been drinking tea since I don't even know how old I was. I think my grandma introduced me to tea, but she used to use the fancy teacups. But I love this kind of tea. And so I thought I would put the two together because people who already know me know that I love tea. And so why not put them together? Something old, something new. I mean, tarot's not new, but I'm new to tarot. So that being said, I am learning. With everything, you have to start somewhere, right? So I'm very drawn to tarot lately, and I thought what a fun thing it would be to share that journey with you as well, and also have some fun along the way, because tarot is super fun. So my very short journey with tarot was I bought a few decks a while ago, a couple years ago, and some of them, I noticed that some of them resonated with me and some of them didn't, and I would be drawn to them and use them a lot to clarify some things, or if I wasn't 100% sure, I would just draw a card. And then I started to have a fear-based energy creep in there with tarot, and mostly with the swords cards. Swords always freaked me out. I had this idea that sword cards were bad, and working more intently with the cards, I know that they're not bad. And a lot of cards have taught me some things. It's taught me to actually look at things in a different way. It also has taught me not to be afraid as much. And it also has taught me that it is an excellent tool to help you enhance your intuition. And it's just something really fun to do that is getting a lot of popularity, and it's really fun. So what my intention is here, my idea was that I'm going to, while I'm drinking my tea, I'm going to do a general guidance reading for whoever wants to watch, whoever's going to watch. That's my intention. Whoever's watching, that this would be a general guidance reading for you. I've been watching a few tarot videos on YouTube, and I'm noticing that a lot of them say it's not cross-watching, it's not this, it's that, and I'm like, there's an extended video, and we're not going to do that. We're just going to go with it and see what comes up. And like I said, I'm new to tarot, so I don't 100% know the meanings off by heart, but I'm being a psychic and intuitive. I really can feel into the cards, and then if I need to check, then I will. So I apologize if what I am saying is not correct to tarot, but just remember that I am still learning, and I just want to do something fun for you guys, okay? So as you saw, as I was shuffling, some cards jumped out, so we're going to go with that. So I'm using the Lightseers Tarot, which is one of my favorite decks by Chris Ann. And so here is a general guidance, but let's say it's for today. So what's today? June 17th. So Wednesday, June 17th to Friday. Let's do it from Wednesday to Friday, and we will see what is coming down the pipe for you. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to take it. Like anything I teach, you know, if it doesn't jive with you, it doesn't float your boat, if it doesn't make you feel expanded, then don't take it, and don't do it, and don't take it as your own. Okay, just take it or leave it, or do what you want with it, that it feels good to you. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, however you say it. We have the Knight of Wands. I'm so excited right now. Like, I had no idea like how fun tarot can be. High Priestess energy on the right, and then Queen of Wands in reverse. So in my limited right now in knowledge of tarot, that I do know that wands are fire. So like a fire energy, a passion, some spark inside of you kind of thing. So with the Knight of Wands, and I will check the book, but what I get from this card is like a fiery spark, like there's something new wanting to be birthed out of you. And I could be totally off, but I'm reading the card. And it's like all of a sudden you're going to start galloping. You're going to be like, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Like, you know how there's a drum and you start beating it really slow and then it starts to pick up. If you ever listen to a shamanic meditation, it's like slow and then it's like faster. And then when you're in the fast energy, it's like intense. It's really intense. And it's really funny because it's really ironic because I actually, in my new Elevate Her Soul company energy that I'm starting to dive into and transform and sort of embrace now, is I actually bought a drum for the first time, and I don't do that, right? Like I've never in the past wanted to have a drum, or I've never done any sound healing, but in the past couple of months I've been really drawn to sound healing, and I bought my own drum from Peru, and I have a crystal singing bowl. So it's this kind of, it's like there's a fire building in your belly kind of thing. And I'm looking at I keep getting speed. Notice your speed of where you're going, and like a black stallion. Like obviously black stallions are really fast, but the energy in this card is very powerful. It's like, you know, you have this fire in your belly, you have something that you're really passionate about, and it's really important that you speak that up, speak your truth. The inspiration is coming, it's building. There's like a momentum that is building, and like a wild energy. Like I feel really wild, and I'm gonna do something crazy. Like I want to do something crazy that I've never done before, like come on YouTube and do tarot cards. So that's one of the cards. I feel like I don't need the book, but I'm just gonna like sneak a peek at it and be like, am I right? Because I don't want to be like, hey Jen, you don't know what you're talking about, even though I feel like, you know, there obviously is some energy to that. Yeah, so I was right. Passion, fast energy, enthusiasm, courage. There you go. Yeah, it's like a fire. I'm really inspired. I'm inspired to do something new. Like I want to, like for some of you watching, it's like, I'm going to revamp my entire life. Like I'm just going to start over. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to start over. I'm going to move to a new country, a new city. Well, you can't move to a new country right now. I'm going to move to a new city. I'm really going to embrace that inspired energy, and I'm really happy about it. As you can see, I'm really, really happy about it. Okay? So that's the first card. Second card, Hierophant. Okay, so again, learning, pretty good for a Knight of Wands, I'd say. This card, the Hierophant, I don't know exactly the meaning of it, but I'm getting the song Stairway to Heaven. Like I feel like I'm on the stairway to heaven, like there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I also hear the song It's the Climb by Miley Cyrus. So you know, we're always so focused on the journey. At the end of the journey, we're like, I really want this thing, and I really want to get to this point in my life, that I really want to, you know, have this many clients, or I really want to be successful, or I really want to finish this book. But what we sometimes forget is that the now, like the important part of it is the actual journey. And sometimes we're not present in the journey because we're so focused on the goal. We're so focused on where we want to be that we're not coming into our body. Like I feel like we need to like get into our body, and we need to really use that rising up energy that's building with the Knight of Wands. Okay, so it's like a momentum is building, and to pause and notice and be joyful and celebrate where you are in your journey right now. Okay, he looks very happy about this. I'm also seeing a lot of geometric patterns and shapes, which has a very mystical quality to it, like geometric patterns and shapes, like spirals. And you know, I also hear the matrix too. I know that's not a geometric shape, but I'm hearing this. I'm very clairaudient. To pay attention to shapes and visions in your mind's eye. Pay attention to that, and be in the now, and be like, really notice how amazing and in awe this journey really is. So it's just like a reminder card. Let's make sure I'm right. Yeah. So it's like owning your power. It's stepping into your guru-ness, into your leadership. I saw a post today. I don't know who, I forget who I saw, but they're like, stop being the student. Right? Stop being the student. You're the teacher. Step into that role now. It's time to step into that role. Step into your new life. Use this fiery, passionate energy that's coming through, this inspired action, and put them together and use these together. Okay? So it's tarot and tea time. Okay. So the High Priestess. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just making sure. As the videos go on, I won't be using the book because I feel like that's not professional, but at least I'm honest and I'm saying I am new to this, and so the book is just like the little crutch I'm using for this first video. So High Priestess is a very, very, like, this is a crazy, like, I can feel the energy from the cards of the energy that wants to come through you who is watching, and the High Priestess is very psychic, like third eye energy, and being able to download and receive transmissions from higher light beings, being able to be in a higher consciousness, like the 10th dimension or the 10th chakra, and being like super, super high, able to attain a lot of psychic information, spiritual information, wisdom, reminding that you have the power. All of the answers are inside of you, and to not be swayed by your lower density mindset that says, oh no, I need to look in a book. See, lesson. I need to look in a book. I need to take lessons. I don't know how to do this yet. But when I come on here and be like, I don't know how to do tarot, really that's not 100% true. In a physical form it is, in a human form it is, but on a spiritual level, I feel like if I can access these higher beings, and I can get these downloads, and I can get these channels from spirit, and I can access aliens and ET information, which is very high. It's very high energy, vibration, and other realms. I can astral travel, all these cool things. This is like embodies this right here. Like, seriously. Okay? So just remembering all of this. It feels very fiery to me. I don't know if these things are fiery, but I feel very fired up. I feel that those who are watching are very on the verge of breaking through their intuition, their spiritual gifts. They're on the cusp. They're on the cusp, right? You're on the cusp of like, I'm going to own this, right? I'm going to own this energy. Yes, a spiritual, you have all the answers inside of you. I think I'm doing pretty good. Queen of Wands in the reverse. Now here's like where it starts to give me anxiety is the, what's the block? I feel like this is a block for you. This is a block. This is all very amazing energy, but sometimes in the human mind, we like to put blocks up or walls up, and we do this, we soul sabotage. So you've heard of self-sabotage, but soul sabotage is something that I've thought of, it came to me, and it's on a deeper level than self-sabotage, right? So soul sabotage would be, I'm gonna do this massive thing, or you've already taken this massive step, and then you freeze right after. It's like you jump off this cliff and you land on your feet, and they're like, okay, I did this thing, now what, right? What do I do now? What do I do with this now? And then you stop yourself. You stop the energy, okay? So on a soul level, you know this is part of your purpose, but you soul sabotage. You're like, simmer down. That was a big enough step, right? Simmer down. That was a big enough step. So it feels like a block. And she's such a light in this. Like, you guys are such a light. All these little candles, and like, it's lighting the way for you. Spirit's lighting the way for you. And it feels like a little bit of mystic energy too, like a witch energy kind of thing, like being very powerful manifester, but it's this way. So let's just see what that's all about. Oh my God, I feel so bad using the book. Seriously, I feel really guilty. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if it's in reverse, that would mean that there's a block that you are not ready to. You're stopping yourself, you know? You have this inspiration, but you're not going to use it, right? You fight yourself. It's like a back and forth kind of thing. It's like in and out, up and down. The universe is like, are you in or are you out? Are you sure? Are you sure this is the decision you want to make? And when you're not 100% sure and you're knowing, see that? When you're not 100% sure and you're knowing, the spirit will give you challenges or give you, are you sure? That's what I call them. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you're going to show up? Are you sure you want to be in, you know, are you sure you want to take these steps? And it's not that you shouldn't take these steps, is that you have to be really strong in your knowing. Like, this right? I know I have a fiery passion inside him. I have a renewed sense of what I want to do. I'm going to start over, or I'm going to just do something crazy, you know, and you're worried about what people are going to think, but that's where the block comes in, you know, and you get inspired, but then you stop yourself and you start to get very creative, and then you're like, oh, my creativity just left, right? It never really goes away. You just have to think of new ways to tap into it, okay? So this energy right now is very potent. So I don't want you to get sucked into the notion or the idea that because it's Mercury retrograde starting, and because it's a new moon, and because it's an eclipse, and because it's summer solstice, I don't want you to get caught in that trap. Don't get caught in the trap of that, okay? You gotta take a step back. You gotta take into your soul. Go back to soul as much as you can, because it's a little bit chaotic out there, but this energy for you, seriously, it's time to go, right? So if you like this reading, leave me a comment below, subscribe. I don't know what else you do on YouTube, but do the cool things that you do on YouTube, and I can't wait for the next one.